Alright, so what's going on with this guy?
Just been like violating the protective order ever since it's been out, and it's just like been escalating like more and more.
You say he's been calling you?
I did like a little overview here just to sort of.
Let me see.
Yeah. I'll just look through it and then it numbers it.
He's been isolating me from my family members, especially my 4-year-old daughter. So he lists the 4-year-old daughter. Is she staying with her? I mean, with him?
So we had joint custody, and she was living with me. And then on May 25th, they put in a temporary order that he would have temporary sole custody. And so now I have an attorney. We're doing an appeal, and it should have never even went like that, but it did. So,
Okay.
and they said like during this time that they said with it being that
So you say he has temporary, like, full custody?
temporary sole custody, and then it says that I can have like access with the child, supervised under conditions that the father arranges. It says access determined.
Let me see that. You got it right there?
Yeah, I highlighted the part that she put about it.
Let me see.
That was what she put about the access.
Okay, let me see. The mother access will be determined by the father.
And then like we went back on the 15th, and she like told him, she's like, you need to let her see her daughter regularly, and why are you keeping your daughter away? And he tried to say,
Is there a reason why he has custody of her or not you?
it's just this whole, basically the judge is like biased and prejudiced and did illegal stuff, and that's why it's like that. And like I said, I'm doing an appeal, I have an attorney, it's this whole big problem. I have sole custody of my 8-year-old, so he has a long history of violence. He has criminal convictions, DCF substantiations of abuse with his other kids. I have none of that stuff, and
Okay.
I have my other kid's sole custody. So how could you tell me I need supervised visits of one kid, but
Okay.
sole custody?
So
of
this is
another?
pretty much what you're calling, right? It's about your daughter?
I'm calling because like what he's doing with me to my daughter is interfering with me, and it's also violating the protective order. Talks about exchanging the child and talking to the child. He's not letting me see her or talk to her.
That's not violation of protective order, though.
Well, I'm just saying though, like it's interfering.
No, I hear you. That's
And
more like a
also on
custody.
ours-
You guys,
But
you
on
said,
ours it says that though. Look, here's a protective order. See? So I highlighted what that's don't
yeah, do not
contact.
assault, threaten, harass. All right. Do not contact the protective order. Okay.
Yeah, and don't abuse. What he's doing is domestic violence. He's emotionally abusing me.
No, but he's not.
Don't
Abuse is
interfere.
what this means is abuse physically. You
Well,
know.
also he's
And
interfering.
but harass.
Yeah, he's harassing me and interfering me, and then he's contacting me.
All right, but the thing is, it's not a custody. It's not a custody, illegal custody between you and the baby father.
Right, but that
child's father.
this protective order protects me. This has nothing to do.
No,
with
I hear you. It has nothing to do with your 4-year-old daughter as well. As for you and him, has
Well,
he been
this is why-
contacting you?
Yes, and this is why, like, I know it's like it's so hard to explain, and also like they passed laws in the state that coercive control, Public Act number 2178, is psychological abuse, and that's came into effect on.
And
this
that's
date.
because he's not letting you see
This
your
is
child,
all
right?
the times that he's violated the protective order,
All
and
right.
so you could see like all the different instances, and I have evidence for each one of these.
And he was arrested for these, right? Because I
No.
saw. So he was not arrested
He
for
was
these.
only arrested one time for
and,
harassment.
and when was this?
January 27th.
Because there's a full no contact order where he's the offender, but you're also the offender, not protective
Yeah,
order.
because when I called the police on April 30th to report that he was contacting me, they did not arrest him. We both wrote statements, and then I got a warrant for my arrest. The police didn't arrest him, but they arrested me. It's just
All right.
ridiculous.
When was the last time he called you?
So this is like, I think if we go from like the latest to the that's probably the easiest way. So for example, like yesterday, today, like he interfered with me. He refused to allow me to see or speak to my child. He interfered during the call. It says in the order I'm allowed to have FaceTimes, and it says, like I said, I have the transcript.
But you called him.
It's right. So on that protective order, we both have the same protective order.
Right.
And so like it says, this is why like I made sure I get the transcripts, and this is why it's like so complicated, because I've been having so many problems with where the police have a problem with it because of this. So, okay, it's full no contact. He's allowed to contact me regarding visitation and affairs of our child in Family Wizard, which is a parenting app where you can't call. All you can do is message. I don't know, are you familiar with it? Because I'll show you, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And I have a lot of these screenshots from this.
All right, Mr. Lonley is allowed to contact the protective party regarding visitation and affairs via Family Wizard. Okay, so.
Which is this app where you can only send messages, right?
Okay.
And it tells you like a timestamp when the person read it. So like, see, for example, like, you know, this message I said yesterday, like, or whatever. You know, I sent it at 3:50. It says he looked at it at 5 o'clock. And so you can see.
What time?
This is just one example, but see, like, I sent 3:50, he viewed it at 5, and I CC'd my attorney on there too.
At 5 what? What time you viewed it?
5 o'clock, but that's just like, you know, that's just one example, just to show you how the app, it shows you the timestamps. And then like, so here it also says like, so he can contact me regarding visitation affairs of the child in Family Wizard. That's the only way he can contact me in this app.
Okay, so basically he didn't respond back.
Well, I mean, he's not responded to many times. But
Okay.
Also, it says exchange of the child must be pursuant most recent civil family order. And so, like, again, I have the transcript right here from the 15th when we just went to court. And she said to him, you need to let her have the baby. You cannot keep her away. You need to give her a schedule. You need to let her see the child regularly.
Even though there's a sole temporary custody where he's the one who's responsible for the child.
Yeah, it says it doesn't. I could see
Is
her
there an
every single
expiration
day.
date for that specific order or no?
No, because right now we have a bunch of court dates coming up, and we have this appeal pending.
That's when you guys
the
should
lawyers
resolve
handling
that.
all, right, but I'm saying though, just because somebody has sole custody, like I have sole custody of my older one,
All right.
doesn't give you the right to abuse the mother. Doesn't give you the right to violate.
Abusing what? Abusing how? By not
So
by not
this is
responding
why-
back to your messages?
No. He's violating the protective order, and this is why I'd like to go through it and show it to you. And in addition, here it says he's allowed to facilitate/initiate contact with the protected party
He's allowed. Okay, he is
for
allowed.
the purpose of contact with the child. Only for the purpose of contact with the child
Okay.
in accordance to the most recent civil family order. Now,
Right.
when this was put in place, just so you understand, when this was put in place, it was in February. Back then, I would not
Let
have...
me tell you this.
Right.
It doesn't say anywhere there that he'll violate the protective order if he doesn't contact you.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
He said he is allowed to contact you, right?
No.
Based on the Family Wizard, right? But
Can I just explain it for 1 second?
I'm
Because
listening
I've had
to
so
you.
many problems with like officers not understanding this, and I literally got every single transcript from his criminal proceedings. He's had.
I know
6
he has a lot of
court
felonies. We know about that
dates.
already.
No, I'm saying from this open case, not any of the
So
felonies.
let me ask you a question. What is it that you're looking for tonight?
I want to report.
You just want to
Right.
document it, right?
No. I want to write a statement. I was told to come here by my lawyer
Yeah.
to write a statement for. He's done 58 violations of this protective order. I want to report this. So
So
I.
you just want to report.
I
it.
typed
You
this.
Document. Wait.
There's
time out.
multiple case numbers
You're-
that are relevant.
We just have to understand what you want here tonight. You want a report documenting what you're trying to say.
Right, because I was told that you guys can't take like a sworn statement from me, that a detective would have to do
Well,
that.
you would have to do that through a detective.
Right, so I was told that we would have to get a report, and so I
that's
told him
what you're here for. You're looking for a report.
right, and so for example, like I just
saying
want,
that you're going to my limit. You got so much information.
I want you guys to keep this, so you
Well,
can
we're not
include
gonna
this
keep
No,
for
we're
the
not gonna keep
report.
That's something that
Yeah.
I can't give you like evidence.
For the detectives.
So you're gonna file an initial report. This is
Right.
gonna be a basic report. And you're gonna, if there's a probable cause for some kind of violation here, you're gonna, so with a court order, he's basically, if he's violating the court order, by not giving the kid to you and all that, then that's gonna be a thing through the court. If he's violating an order through contact, that would be our problem.
Right.
So if you're looking for some kind of report that states information about him violating the court order, then we're just gonna write that report and you can take that to the court. As far as violating an order where like he can't contact you, that would be a police matter.
Right, so I'm here because my attorney said we're reporting that he's violating this protective order. So the civil order,
By doing what?
I understand
By
that
doing what?
by
Exactly.
by doing
By
the
not
things
giving
he's
you the
doing,
kid.
the things that he's done to
Yeah.
me include threatened me. He's psychologically abusing me by
Well, that-
isolating me from my kid. Whether or not you agree that's abuse or not, it's fine.
Well,
He's
that's-
also harassed me, interfered with me. He's also contacted me. He's contacted me through telephone contact, in person. He's also contacted others to cause me annoyance and alarm, right? All those
When he
things.
contacted you in person, when was that?
Like, here's one example. Like, I literally record everything. I document everything. And so that's why, like, I have proof of all of this. Like, here's one in person, and this is at his house in Waterbury. And this was, I went to pick up my child, and I went to go with my mother and my other daughter. We went to go to his house to pick her up. He knows that it says here, like,
The whole psychological thing, that's all.
fine. I know it's like, I know it's like a gray area, whatever, but the
Yeah,
other stuff
yeah.
is like concrete, like, no contact. It's full no contact. And I'm trying to explain to him, like,
I know you
because
guys.
I know some officers will say, "Oh, well, he
Yeah.
calls you in the wizard." Like, people don't understand. The wizard is strictly messages, and that's
But
why.
if
Like,
he decides to call the police, you could also be in trouble too, because you're showing up to his house.
what do you mean showing up to his house? He tells me you can only get her if you come here. You have to come here. And that's why it
I
says-
hear you, but
right, but it
you
says
still-
here
but you- if you
exchange.
have
Look,
a
this is why
residential stay
I know, but this is why. Look, exchange
I
is
hear
pursuant
you.
to the most recent order.
If
He
he does-
literally called the police. Listen, I understand what you're saying, right? And I'll tell him there's a protective.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
I'll tell him there's a protective order. I can't go to your house.
Exchange of the minor must be pursuant.
Yeah, listen, on one of the dates, the police in Waterbury told me if I didn't bring her to the house that they were gonna have like DCF take
Well,
the
this
house.
isn't saying that the exchange can happen at the house.
No, I'm saying like on this date, on the 19th,
Do you have a residential stay away?
it's
Let me see.
just
Let me.
says this. It says it says
Yeah,
stay
you're
away
supposed
from
to
their
stay
house.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, you.
You have a residential stay away.
Right, but so does that mean you can't be on their street if they tell you to
can't
go
be,
there?
You can't be nowhere near that house.
Well, there's
He
gonna be a-
demands me to go there, though.
But
He
you- but
forces
you
me to
can't.
go there. And it says in the order that it's conditions the father arranges. It's up to him.
That's not good.
Okay, well, on the 19th, your sergeant from Waterbury and another Waterbury officer went there.
Where letting you know that you can't be at his house.
There's
I
a
know
lot.
it. Can you
Listen,
guys at least let me talk? Like, I feel like.
Well, you're giving us a lot of information.
I know, but I just feel like nobody's listening to me.
Yeah.
And like, I understand the situation more than anybody because I'm the one living through this. So
I understand that.
if I could please. On June 19th, which was a Monday, I told Matthew I want to get my child. He didn't tell me that he lives with his mother. He was living in New Britain. If you notice here, the address is New Britain. He just
Bro,
moved back to his mother's and to go back to his mom's in Waterbury. And so like on the 19th, I had made arrangements with him the few days before that saying I want to take my daughter to the beach for the day. And I said, I want to come get
And this
her.
is through the app, right? The Family Wizard app?
Everything I say to him is always through the app. And so I said to him, I want to get her. We arranged, because it says now, like, I can see her.
He lives in New Britain?
No, he lives at 48 Quarry Hill Road.
Okay,
in
Corey Hill.
Waterbury.
Okay, because, all
But
right.
like, see how it says like here, like, access determined by father in presence of third party designated by father. Arrangements must be in writing. So there's no like set days. So if he wanted to, he could let me see my daughter every single day. And I'm telling him I'm available every day. There's nothing that says like she can only have 1 hour per month. In the last 6 weeks, he only let me see her for equivalent of 2 days. So that's like extreme for my little girl who's 4 years old that was living with me.
I hear you.
And so it's like, it's one thing to like say like, okay, it says the supervisor thing. On all these days, he never is there for these visits. He'll tell me, it says the supervisor must be designated by the father. He tells me, oh, no one wants to be around you, so you need to pick your own supervisor. So then he makes
You
me.
got those messages?
I have so many messages, but I'm just saying, if you could just listen for 1 second though, like
I've been
the best
listening,
thing
go-
about the
yeah.
house, like he didn't tell me in the app that he lives with his mother's house until June 19th.
We just have to figure out where the police matter is here.
Okay, so long story short,
so much stuff that's
right.
not police.
So the contact is a big one, right? So like, okay, like yesterday, he's talking to me directly on the phone. I try to record everything.
Did you call them?
I'm allowed to call him. It's and I want to explain something to you because it's really important that you understand this. Is that where it says here in this sentence here, he's allowed to facilitate / initiate contact.
That's like a handwritten sentence.
It's written by the judge. If you look it up, it up in your protective order registry, it'll pop right up.
Yeah. Okay. We're just trying to.
It's signed by the Judge Jones right here. I also have the transcript.
The handwritten stuff's not gonna jive, but we
right.
have
If you have the protective order registry, you can just type it in and you'll see it yourself.
Got a case number.
Got a case number. I'm just
Like, see, like this is the transcript. I don't know if there's I could send this to you, but if you look at that, that was when he was arraigned. And so you can see on the day of his arraignment, the judge explains why he put this in here. So this in here where it says that facilitate initiate contact, it's because before we had a thing in our court order that said at 7 p.m. the child with the other parent, we can have a phone call between 7 and 7:15.
All right.
So the judge put that in there.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah. So listen, I'm giving you a case number. All right. I'm gonna write a report for you. Okay.
I know, but how can you could you listen to what I'm saying about this part though? It's like. You see how it says, Mr. Lodice is allowed to facilitate / initiate contact with the protected party for purpose of contact with their child in accordance with the most recent civil family order. On the one that protects him, that's been in effect since the end of May when I got arrested, that one says the same thing about me. I can facilitate, initiate. And the transcript of when he
By
got...
you showing up to his residence?
I'm explaining to you about phone calls here. Nothing to do with showing up to the residence.
Oh, well, you say you showed up to his residence, right, to pick up your daughter.
Your police officers from Waterbury said to me that I had no choice. I was forced to go there. They demanded I go there. If the police tell me to go there...
I don't...
First of all, I didn't go in his house. I could be on the
just
street.
lower your voice and just let him talk before.
All right, I'm trying to explain something.
I can't say we can't say for...
Whoever responded.
So if she responded to his town, she came to Waterbury.
He didn't tell me he lived in Waterbury until the 19th. Once he told me that, my attorney, who represents me in the criminal matter, said to me, if this is his residence, you can't go there. So I said to Matthew, look, you're telling me to bring our daughter back. Now that I know that that's your residence, my attorney's telling me don't go there because of the protective order.
Okay.
And he called the police and said I kidnapped her. He made 2 officers go to his house at 48 Quarry Hill, Waterbury. And the sergeant called me 17 times. He calls me. He says to me, I'm going to sit outside here until you bring that kid to this house. I said, my counsel told me I can't go there, the protective order. He says, I don't care. I said, he can meet me at the police station. He can meet me here. And he goes, nope, Matthew's not willing to meet you anywhere. You need to bring her right now or else DCF's taking the kid. Okay. And my lawyer talked to the police. And they said, I said to my lawyer, the one who helps me in the family case, and she said, oh, well, it doesn't matter. The police are instructing you to go there, so it's not a violation. And also she said, like, if I'm going and parking in front of the neighbor's house to pick up the child, it's saying exchange of the child, and it's saying he can set the terms of it. So, I was told by both of my lawyers that we're allowed to, do what the family order.
How do you
Yes. Yes.
How do you expect us to document all of this stuff when it's already documented on
Well, that's
file?
why, this isn't a sworn statement. This is just, because he told me I can give him documentation.
But there's no way that we're going to be able to document all of that you're trying to tell us for what purpose? Because it's already documented.
Right, because I'm going to have to do a statement. But he told me come here. That's why I said.
There's a lot of information.
Well, that's what I said to him.
All right, I'll give you the
about
case
the
number.
videos?
Just give me a second.
What about the videos, though? Like, for example, he's clearly contacting me outside the app. And it's what I was trying to explain.
Well, that's what you're going to have to explain, show him. That's what you really have to show him is where some violation.
Which is why, that's why I wanted to explain to you about the whole house thing. Now that I know it's a house, the lawyer
you
said.
have to show him the videos of that. At least
Right.
show to him the contact he's made outside the app that he's not.
Yeah, let me see
Right,
that.
and if he tells me come to my house to exchange the child, and I don't go on his property,
It doesn't matter what
and
kind
I'm
of
pulling,
contact
but I'm
it is.
saying.
Contact is contact. Whether he tells you to
No,
pick
but I'm
up
talking about two different
whether he tells
things.
you to pick up groceries or just you got to show
Right.
us the contact.
Okay, so here's an
show
example,
him the
right? All right,
contact.
so there's so many, but here's one, right? Here's from yesterday, because I tried to record it. So this was I was trying to FaceTime. He kept saying we can go to the fireworks with my daughter. He said to me, you can come to my house at 5 o'clock to get her.
Let me see it.
And then I FaceTime to try to show my daughter the fireworks, and he answers. And I told.
So he answers. He calls.
I called to FaceTime my child, which.
Who you called?
Hold on. See, can I just explain something?
Who do you call?
I feel like it's so hostile with me. I just want you to understand, please, because I've been abused by this person so much, and it's so hard to like explain things. If you could just listen for 1 second. I know you're busy. I know. Please. Because like I was saying, like when it says like.
Let me see that video.
I know, but can I just tell you that he's not allowed to call my phone because it's saying that he can.
That goes both ways. I saw both.
It goes both ways on both orders, but it says pursuant in accordance with the most recent civil order. The most recent civil order says I can FaceTime. It says I can call.
You're not allowed to contact him in any manner. It says.
It says that I
saw it in the computer. I saw the whole court order.
I have it in my car. It literally says that everything that it says here for him, it says my name. So it says I'm allowed to contact him regarding visitation, affairs of child, and family wizard, which is the app.
The app, right? Anything outside the app is not valid, right?
Correct. And then here it says exchange must be pursuant most recent order, which says I can see her with whoever he picks as the supervisor, who he approves as the supervisor, and we discuss it in writing in the app. And then this thing about this is what I want you to get to the contact part, because where it says like facilitate, initiate, they said, and I have the transcript to show it from what the judge said. It means like if let's say like it's no contact outside the app, but our civil order said that we can get a call at 7. So if the kid was with him and I want to call
at
my
7
daughter,
o'clock, where is it? Where does it
that's
say 7
the
o'clock?
old order. That's a family order.
Okay,
this
that's
says
the old
in
order.
accordance
Okay.
with the family order, right? So that was put in here because then it says they told me like, look, it's full no contact only in the app, but you can't call in the app. So if he wants to call his daughter
Outside of that app, you guys can't contact each other. Whether you calling him or he's calling you.
So the reason why it says this sentence is because it was explained to us, and it's in the transcript that, like, because it said we got a call at 7 p.m. when she was with the other parent. If he, let's just say you're him, you call my phone at 7 p.m., you violate the order, right? So they put that. So if he calls at 7 and I hand the phone to the daughter, that's okay. If he calls me at 6 in the morning and starts calling me outside of it, that's a violation.
All right, listen.
Right?
I'm going to write a report for you.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the case number.
Yeah.
I advise you to go to 300 Grand Street and further, right? And further, obviously I'm going to have a case number. You're going to retrieve the report and continue to go on at least and get into custody with your child, okay?
But like I said, that was the old order with the 7 o'clock. After May 25th, that 7 o'clock thing is gone, right? Now the new order about calls with the family order, because it says here, he's allowed to do it in accordance with the civil, and I'm allowed to. And on the civil one, it says, mom can have FaceTimes.
Let me see that again.
Mom's access can include video calls monitored by
mother
father.
may not take the child to any emergency medical.
I highlighted that because it says that I can't take her to an emergency medical provider or police without notifying him. And I took her to a scheduled doctor's appointment, and he's telling the
the mother's access. Okay.
he was trying to say I violated the thing by taking her to a doctor's appointment. It doesn't say anything about I can't take her to a doctor. It just says ERs or police
May
department.
not take the child to any emergency.
Medical.
Not. So yeah, that could be a hospital.
Yeah, I didn't take her to the hospital.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally
May include video calls monitored by the father.
right. So father doesn't get video calls, only mother. Right. So that's my point. So he should
monitored by the father.
Yeah. So he should not be FaceTiming me at all.
Okay.
He shouldn't be calling my phone at all because now the baby's with him.
All right.
Right.
So listen.
So that's what I was
what's your
saying.
daughter's name?
She's Angelina. So like right. So I tried
Angelina what?
Lodice, Lodice. It's spelled just like this.
Okay. Date of birth for?
5/20/119. So look, like last night I tried to FaceTime my daughter like it says I can do, and look.
Angelina's in bed an hour ago.
See, like I don't say nothing. I hang up. He does this every time though, whether it's a FaceTime, whether it's in person, whatever. He talks to me outside of the app, and it's like it's harassment because it's like he said to me, "Oh, the police won't do nothing." Like even when I say I'm gonna get a restraining order.
Okay, just let me write down the case number so I can give it to you.
Is it the one that gave me?
23-59177.
And can I show you the one where he talked to me in front of his house?
All right. Listen. It's
not gonna matter.
At this point, I already got all the information that I need. Okay, it's 59177. 9177. Okay, 300 Grand Street.
What's that for?
That's to go to the courts, and like I said, just keep the more case numbers, the better for you, and at least we get access to your daughter. Okay.
Right, but I'm gonna have to follow up with the detectives tomorrow.
Well, you can follow them. Yeah, put 203. I'm giving
But
you a
you
case
guys
number.
don't see this as like a violation when he's speaking to
All
me?
right, 203
Yep.
574 6941. Okay, and that's their number.
So like you don't consider that like a violation of the order because like there's multiple other ones.
He's not. All right, so that's it. All right. You said all the officers already written reports. Like I said, all these proofs.
I know
like
there
I
was
said,
a couple of
all of
reports.
this is where the detectives come into play. Okay, I'm gonna write everything that you just told me tonight, and you follow up with that case number and that phone number that I just gave you. Okay?
Okay, but you guys don't like ever like make determinations about if it's like a violation and
We
stuff
do.
like that?
Okay, we do.
But so then can I show you the actual like other evidence I have? Because like you asked me to come down here so that I could show
Listen,
you.
it's a lot of evidence you show me. And,
I know, but I'm
and-
just showing you the last few days, like the past couple of days. Like, look, it
But
says
it's literally showing me that you try to call this guy. You literally just showed me a FaceTime. You called him and he hung up because he said
he didn't hang up. He spoke to me directly. Look,
Because
I'm gonna
you called him.
What do you mean? It says to me here.
All right, listen.
I can talk. I can.
Just lower your voice,
I'm sorry.
okay?
I'm sorry. It says I can FaceTime my daughter. I'm allowed
Okay,
to.
I hear you, and
Okay.
he clearly said that she's in bed an hour ago. What are you gonna do?
So in a full no,
I can't
it's
put
a
it-
full no contact.
I can't. Right, I cannot put someone in jail for that.
Wait, okay, but if they do it every day for the last, they did it 60 times. Look, this is ridiculous. He's not. It's full no contact. Even if somebody accidentally pokes someone on Facebook, I called to talk to my daughter. It says I'm allowed to do this. I said. I even told my friend, look. He said, "Why are you recording?" I said, "Because if he talks, it's a violation." He knows. If the baby's sleeping, why is he answering the FaceTime? He should send me a message in the app and say, "She's sleeping, call tomorrow." Instead, look.
Angelina's in bed an hour ago.
Okay, then we have him when he talks to me in front of his house. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like you're just.
All right, listen. So, like I told you before, I'll give you the case number, the detective's number. If anything, you can follow up with them. But my advice is go to 300 Grand Street, family court,
I don't go
and
to
solve that
family
matter
court
that
in
way.
Waterbury. We're not in
All right,
Waterbury
so
court.
right.
So that's not going to solve anything. This is a criminal matter. Like.
All
this
right,
is
and
not-
I got you, and I'm writing everything down. Okay.
But you're saying to me like, oh, you're the one who called him. It says I'm allowed to FaceTime my daughter.
All right, and I got you because I saw that. All right. So I'm gonna write everything that you just told me. You got the case number. There's nothing I can do right now.
Right, but I want you to.
I
at
can't
least
just
say-
go there and just wake them up and arrest
No,
them.
I get that, but I just want you to at least like see what I'm showing you as like proof, because you know, like even like you're saying like with the phone calls, like when I go to his house to pick up my daughter, and again that was before he even said it was his house. What right does that give him to keep contacting me over and over and over like this?
All right, let me see the call log. Has he been calling you?
What do you mean? I said talk to me. When I say speaking to me, like I just want you to look at this. Like look at all of this stuff, like just from the last since.
All right, I got you. It's a lot of information that you have to follow with the courts. Okay.
No, this is police matter. This
If
isn't
you
the court.
listen, if he's calling you
This is
constantly,
a family court matter.
right? Exactly. Family court matters.
This is
You're right.
not a family court matter. I said. This is literally.
All right,
a
listen.
violation
I
of
got
the
you.
court.
Listen. I don't know what else you want me to do. All right, I'm gonna write a report. That's what you're here for, right?
Right, but you asked me to turn around and drive down here because you said. That you
And
wanted
I got
to see,
you,
You
and
said
I-
you wanted to see
and
the
I did.
videos, and I only showed you one 10-second video, and I'm trying to show you another one, and you're like,
All right,
telling.
just show me the other video.
Like, look, this is where it says he can't have contact with others to cause me annoyance or alarm. I tried 4 different people to be a supervisor yesterday.
You tried? What do you mean you tried? You tried to call 4 people?
I offered in the app. So it says we have to communicate in the app, right? And so it's like, he tells me, I have nobody who can do it. If you want to see her, you got to find your own person. So then I spend all day trying to find my own person. I offered 4 different people. 2 of them were ones that already did it before.
Okay.
And he says, nope, I'm not letting you. So I spent 10 hours trying to make arrangements with him in the app to be able to actually see my kid. And then he says to me, you can come to my house at 5 o'clock and pick her up. He says, you can pick her up at 5 o'clock and take her to the fireworks last night.
Okay.
So I told my daughter, okay, I'll see you at the fireworks. And then
You never picked up, right?
I tried to FaceTime her, and I said, hold on, I'll call you right back. When I tried to call her back, he wasn't answering. And then hours went by, he stopped responding to all my messages in the app. He wouldn't answer any of the times I tried to call to FaceTime her or talk to her. Then he wouldn't let me take her. That's when I called the police, and they did a wellness check. They said she was sleeping, and that was it. They called me back after. So I never heard back from them. So when I FaceTimed at 9 o'clock, that video I showed you, we were literally, the fireworks were about to start. And I said to my friend, who's a witness that
Okay.
actually tried to help with this, and like, he said to me he wanted to write a statement also because of all the stuff that, that happened and stuff. And so like the stuff he said to him is just so messed up. It says he can't have contact with others to cause annoyance or alarm.
All right. So what's gonna happen is, listen, with the case number that you have for the detectives, you're gonna follow with the detectives. You're gonna call them tomorrow. Let them know this is my name. I want to follow further in regards to this case number, and all of that they're gonna start documenting.
So can you send me that link then so I can upload?
I will send you the link. I'll text. This is a number that you're gonna get a link, and you send whatever you gotta send to that. Okay? You're gonna receive a link from me. Okay?
Okay, and you'll write the report, and then the detectives will take a written
They'll
statement.
they'll go forward from that
stuff.
point on. All right?
Okay.
All right,
'cause
what's
I can
your
take
what's
her
your
own
phone
name
number?
too,
Just
but-
confirm it.
Yeah, 203
Yeah.
273
273
8419.
8419. All right, I'll send you the link momentarily. Okay?
Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page. That like what
Yeah.
I'm doing is not like violating the order in any way because I'm following in accordance with what's allowed with this
Okay.
and what my attorney's telling me. So
All
it's
right.
like
So yeah.
and what the police are telling
So
me.
you're
They're
gonna
like,
get
come
that
to the
link,
house.
like I said, within the next 20 minutes, you're gonna get that link, all right?
Okay.
All right, so just follow up with them, all right?
And you said that usually it's like 9 to 5 during the week.
Yeah, usually, typically. Depends, like, that's how busy you are, but it's typically 9 to 5.
Okay.
Okay?
And the only way to get in touch with them is calling,
You
right?
gotta call, that's it, that's the only way.
All right. Thank you
All
so
right,
much for
no
your
problem.
time. Have a good night.